Gentlemen, so from 117 billion market cap down to 65. That's what's happened. That's a pretty evil hit on the crypto scene. So better part of 45%. Bitcoin down a fair bit. Came close to 3,000s, now trading in 1900s, traded through into the 1800s. Yes, so we were watching it. We thought it might be up. We thought it might be down. We thought it might be up, and then once it broke a key point, we felt no, that's it. It's definitely going to be down. That was in and around the 2400s level. Since then, we've been a bear. I've not traded shorts particularly. Gone into safety because I'm away here now in Dubai. Yes, Dubai. Hello, Dubai. Yeah, Dubai hotel room. Yeah, okay. Ripple, we were good on. We called that one first. It was the first of the big three. It went through Ethereum and was actually sitting at number 2 for a bit. So we had Ripple, and we got that top pretty well called, and we got out of Ripple after riding it on a really nice run up for a good move up around the 24s. So that one we got right. It was the first to roll. Then Ethereum pumped, and it pumped properly while we were gone to New York consensus, and I had some Ethereum and enjoyed that. And then I was a bit early, and I got criticized for saying, guys, it's looking ropey, it's gonna go. And that was, I think, in and around the 300s and in mid 300s, and it still went a couple of dollars, a fair few couple of dollars higher, and touched 400. And since then, as I say, it's traded well through the 200s. One I haven't checked even today. I think it's through 160s, 150s. So we were right to be a bear there, although we were a touch early. So it's this is the crypto pullback that we'd suggested was probably coming. The lesson people need to take is that when things go parabolic, it's not everything is awesome. It's the beginning of a final phase. The blow-off is the beginning of the eventual top. Things do not go parabolic forever. You make your most money then, you have to be thinking about getting out. And you have to be thinking about getting out when you're in the highest state of greed and your P&L is going higher. This is counterintuitive to your wiring. Greed keeps you more in. It makes you think, why aren't I bigger? Let's throw more at it. When in actual fact, you should be thinking, final stage, the sell-off, blow-off moment is coming. And this is where everyone sometimes misses this. So that's the big learning element in that. We're going to have opportunities to stack up on the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum potentially, and other coins, including maybe Ripple. But we've got to let these things base out. So Ethereum had first inverted HVF in a new trend. Ripple had first inverted HVF in a new trend. First of those three. The target for Ripple was 13s, and it overperformed well below into the 9s, and it will have sold off a bit more. I haven't done a price check on it. This, when I say 9s, everything relative to Bitcoin. Ethereum was up at 15 to Bitcoin at one point, and now it's down below the single digits. Probably 9s and 8s and possibly lower. So these things have halved relative to Bitcoin, which has been losing. So this has been brutal on the other altcoins. It has been brutal on the other altcoins in terms of their value to fiat, because they are a lot down on Bitcoin relative to a benchmark that is down against the dollar. So they're sliding relative to something that's sliding. And that's what's hurt and caused pain. And this is why I sometimes say everybody's a hero trader and investor in a bull market with a net long only strategy. And this is the hodlers. This is the hodler's D-Day of understanding that being semi-active investor is more useful than an out-and-out hodl, because you then save yourself watching something go from $400 on Ethereum to 140. It's a big give back. Yes, you wait for the basing out, could go lower a little bit more still, and then you get back in, and that just means you hold so much more ether for the next legs up. So it's not gone away. Anyway, people are going to get into the technical aspects about Bitcoin and the 1st of August and all the dates with that. Truth is, there are a lot of scenarios that could play out, not just the one where we go straight into a a fork with a BTC and a BTU. It's not the only option. There are other scenarios. But what could happen, and this is my suspicion, bear in mind the markets hate uncertainty, and this is a period of uncertainty right now. So what could happen is that we get a pump once the uncertainty is out of the game. Once the uncertainty is outside of the game, we get a pump on Bitcoin, including on both parts, the BTU and the BTC of the fork, assuming the fork is what ends up happening in some form or format. So what could happen just before that is what happened on Ethereum. And we, I don't know if you remember the denial of service, question mark, inverted commas, that occurred on Kraken and on Poloniex. We got a massive spike down on Ethereum. We took that geometry and used it in an HVF, and we said, hey guys, we think Ethereum can go through 160 and overperform. That was when it was still in the 80s, and a lot of people said that's a bit aggressive to take that bit of geometry and add it. And of course, while we were in New York consensus, that just ran, and of course it doubled on it as well. So watch out for dips. It may be a chance thing to put down some really, really cheeky tether buy bids really low, in case just prior to the 1st of August we get a proper spank down, leveraged hands get handed their ass again in a proper slaughter of the weaklings, and the big money jumps back in for the game, because the people that are involved in this probably already know what the outcome is and how it will be received once Bitcoin has its fork moment. And I think once the uncertainty is out, it's up, 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 and that could bring this crypto bear to an end. I don't think it's the bear to end all bear. I don't think this is an 80%er. I could be proven wrong in time, because the thing with overperformance on 3 separate inverted HVFs is there's no saying when it's done until it breaks out the overperformance bands. You're going to need to do a course to find out about that. Sorry, I'm not selling. But anyway, the point being, so we can't say yet whether the other two have done with their overperformance, because they're not out the bands. They could continue to go lower. But the feeling, the rate of capitulation is tough, but not absolutely monstrous. So this has a feeling that it will eventually work its way out, and it won't be right down at some god forlorn level, but don't underestimate it. We called the first inverted HVF at $104 on oil, and that baby threw it down and tested our belief system on how far it could go. When it was down at 50s and 60s, we just didn't want to stay short, and of course it traded 25 after running the $70 target. So you can't tell, and a whole bunch of other information came over, but that's where we're at. So I feel slightly justified, because it took some stick from a number of people calling caution and defense on cryptos, the 3 majors that we're mentioning, and we're seeing it taking hold, quite a big turn. And even on Ethereum, where we were probably the most out and we were a tad early, it's well below those levels that we first called people to start thinking about defense and cautionary, despite it having one final leg melt up. It has well surpassed that as well. So hopefully, if you've acted on that and you own the trade, this is purely opinion and is not advisory, and I'm not regulated, rah-de-rah, T's and C's, usual story. You've got more tether stroke fiat to build up an extra bit, and the game is accumulating Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what coin you actually is your favorite that you're holding at that moment, but Bitcoin based valuation. So each time there's a sell-off, you want to come up with bigger Bitcoin. You don't want your total Bitcoin total to be going down, but to be going up in fiat. You want to be going up in both. You want to have more Bitcoin at every turn, and that's when you're adding value to your trade. That's called alpha. If you're reducing your Bitcoin, but you're going up because the organic crypto market is going up, you're destroying value, and you're only going up on account on the asset segment going higher. Anyway, don't want to talk for too long. It is 2:45 in the morning here. I had a long chat with the Alphabet team on strategy and everything else. going to bed late again. It's been lots of hotel rooms. So yeah, hopefully going to get a little bit out, a bit cabin fevered out. Haven't even got much sun. It's been about 42 to 44 degrees C during the day here. So this is aircon central, but a great experience, and looking forward to traveling back to the UK, which I think will be for a day, and then I could be off to the States. So love you and leave you. Play safe. It is not yet time to buy, but have your powder dry is my personal view for what I will be doing, and that is the way I'll play it. And I'll be keeping you up to date with my take as these events roll out. So enjoy yourselves, be safe, and yeah, keep it tidy.